It's time for This Week in Clarksville. And now, here's your host, Stephanie Miller.
Welcome to This Week in Clarksville for this Thursday, March 30th. I'm your host, Stephanie Miller. Coming up on today's show, we hear from a local female entrepreneur who shares her success stories and why it is so important as a female business owner to get out to networking events. She also talks with us about some networking events that her location is putting on in the future. In addition to that, we get to hear from Officer Dylan Lawrence with the Clarksville Police Department because, get this, they're gearing up for a number of fun summer events for kids and teens throughout our area. Before we get to that, though, let's check in with reporter Sherry Reeves to see what's making the wrap in this week's edition of Main Street Clarksville.
This is the wrap for the March 30th edition of Main Street Clarksville. A new home goods retail store opened its doors at Clarksville's Governor Square Mall on Thursday. The store is located next to Burlington, where Sears used to be. In county news, we have coverage of the sheriff's decision to pull mugshots and the booking log off the department's website. We also provide details this week into the APSU cheerleading investigation. And read about some high-achieving Clarksville police officers who recently graduated from the police academy. And finally, we share the story of a Clarksville sculptor who is responsible for creating the Nashville Predator statue of former goaltender Pecorine. Read about Scott Wise, a Clarksville fire rescue engineer, and Renee's reaction to the statue of himself that is now on display in front of the Bridgestone Arena in Nashville. And that's the wrap. I'm Sherry Reeves, Main Street Clarksville.
Here at the Journey Louis team with Benchmark Realty, we pride ourselves on the service that we provide our clients.
We believe in delivering a level of service that is above and beyond what is expected.
We don't cut corners and we are always available. We are committed to learning and continuously sharpening our skills.
We're social media experts, we're tech savvy, and we embrace change.
It is our unending desire to be our client's realtor for life. We are the Journey Louis team, leading you home.
Hey, I'm John, one of the family owners here at the City Forum. Some people think I'm great at the games and attractions here, but I'm not. I'm fantastic. Your mom might want to pick that up. Go low with 18 holes of mini golf. Channel your inner Ricky Bobby on the go-kart track. Play in Clarksville's only 7D motion theater. 10 lanes of family fun bowling. Don't forget about our big birthday party rooms. So come on out to the City Forum and try to beat some of my high scores.
As a busy mom juggling family, errands, and everything life throws at me, I try my best to be environmentally conscious. So of course, I buy flushable wipes thinking I'm doing the right thing. But it turns out flushable wipes aren't actually flushable. I found out the hard way when flushable wipes caused a clog and flooded my house with sewage. It ended up costing me thousands of dollars in damage and a big headache with the insurance company. It's safe to say our family will never flush a flushable wipe again, and instead put them where they belong, in the trash.
Welcome back. There's almost no missing this building as you're driving down Wilma Rudolph. I'm talking about the Office Now building. Most people do know that it's an office of businesses, but I get to share with you that the owner of Office Now is a local entrepreneur to Clarksville, April Consulo, who is with us now. Thank you so much for sharing what you're getting ready to share. I want to share a couple other things before I let April get to it. This business here has 80 businesses inside of this massive building. What, 2,400 square feet?
24,000.
24,000 square feet. Where did I get 2,400? 24,000 square feet. But with the 80 businesses, 60% are owned by women. So April, now I'm going to say thank you for joining us. Thank you for sharing with us what you're going to about your story and your entrepreneurial journey.
Right, and thank you so much. We're so proud to be part of Main Street Media today because they're all about the community. And if you're not paying attention to that, then you haven't seen this beautiful lady shine. So thank you so much. So Office Now, the idea 4.5 years ago was to build a location in a community where small business dreams could be built.
So I happen to be here on a day where they just had an event kind of focused on women entrepreneurs. And so I have to ask, how hard is it as a woman to get your business off the ground?
Well, it's not as hard as I think women want to make it. I just think that we have to be better at looking for resources. So as I talked to you offline, because we did talk right before we got online, and I wish I knew what I didn't know 5 years ago. There's a lot of other women business owners in our community, in the Montgomery County, that have gone before us, and they're open books. But a lot of times women are afraid to ask. We'll ask, oh, where'd you get your hair cut? Where'd you get your nails done?
Right, which I actually did just ask.
Where do you get that, that cute outfit, whatever that is, but we're afraid to ask who's your banker, who's your CPA, who do you have your insurance with? And we've got to get better at that. So that's something that today's event, which was hosted by Legends Bank, and it was called Shop Talk. That was the title, and it was so cute. And it was also co-sponsored by Pathway Lending, which is a lending community for women in Nashville.
Okay.
And they used to be partnered with the SBDC, so it's pretty cool. So we're really proud today to be a part of that. You embodied a little bit of it, and it was just a lot of women wanting to know how do you go after something this big. So and then of course, as I told her, I'm very faith-based. I don't know if you can zone in behind there, but I give God all the glory because he opened the door and he kept the door open. And then there were times, I'm not going to lie, when I first got this, you know how we all have buyer's remorse when you buy a house?
Yes.
Imagine buying a 24,000 square foot building that's in really bad shape. So I cried. And then I went to my husband. He's like, but you wanted it. You know how men are. Like, I know, but I just got to cry right now because I'm really scared. Like, I don't even know what I'm doing here. And God just kept moving. And now we have a commercial kitchen, and we have bridal suites, and we have an event center that we do weddings and parties and celebrations and corporate events and team building. And it's really evolved. And I just let God orchestrate it, and I just try to be as obedient as I can.
Well, let's talk about the networking aspect of this, because again, you've had 5 businesses in the past. If
Yes.
I'm remembering
Yes.
what you said. Singer-songwriter, she's been in different fields.
Yes.
How important is it to network and go to the networking events that are offered, whether you're in Montgomery, Davidson, Cheatham, Dixon, Rutherford, Robertson? I could name all of our Middle Tennessee counties, but there are network events that are offered through different areas. Why should we as women make a point to go?
Absolutely. Well, we're only as strong as our next relationship. That's just my opinion. And if I feel like that every time I've opened a door that I didn't understand, I had met somebody at a networking event that could guide me through that. And I think that's extremely important. It's just like, women that go to yoga together or anything. I mean, we go shopping with a girlfriend. How do you start a multi-million-dollar business or even throw the idea around if you don't go to networking events? And and this is probably going to be really transparent. So this is going to be probably more than they probably thought. I love my family.
As we all do.
But they didn't see the vision, most of them. And so if you're not around other women business owners or women that are taking risks, your family's trying to protect you. So they're not going to get involved with you jumping off a ledge, right? Women business owners that have gone before you or are aspiring to, they're going to put their arm around you and go, we got you.
Is there anything, April, that I haven't asked you that you think someone might need to hear right now or that you just want to share?
Sure. I would say a piece that I talk about and I did an audio book on is permission to live. If you're waiting to take the dream off the shelf once the kids get old enough or the husband gives you the opportunity, stop doing that, because we know life is very short. And so the whole point of permission to live is it's okay to do it right now. We don't need to think we're going to die and then all of a sudden give ourselves permission to live. A friend of mine in country music wrote Live Like You Were Dying. Tim McGraw recorded it, but Craig Wiseman wrote it. And I'm really proud to say that I do live like when I'm off this earth, people are going to go, girl, what was she doing? One day she's a mayor. She's over here doing music. She's doing buildings. I mean, I want that. I want people people to laugh and celebrate versus that, oh my gosh, I wish she would have. And we've got to stop that as women. We have to stop the guilt. There's too much guilt attached with success, and women need to stop that. So, and I know you're on that path and sharing a lot of women-owned businesses, and we thank you for that.
Oh my gosh, thank you. So no more I wish. How about I did and I'm doing?
Nice.
So thank you, April, for your time. I
Thank you.
appreciate this. Be sure to look up Office Now or April Consulo. Again, you can find her online and reach out if you have any questions. Stick with us here because we have more coming up after this.
Here at the Journey Louis team with Benchmark Realty, we pride ourselves on the service that we provide our clients.
We believe in delivering a level of service that is above and beyond what is expected.
We don't cut corners, and we are always available. We are committed to learning and continuously sharpening our skills.
We're social media experts, we're tech savvy, and we embrace change.
It is our unending desire to be our client's realtor for life. We are the Journey Louis team, leading you home.
As a busy mom juggling family, errands, and everything life throws at me, I try my best to be environmentally conscious. So of course, I buy flushable wipes thinking I'm doing the right thing. But it turns out flushable wipes aren't actually flushable. I found out the hard way when flushable wipes caused a clog and flooded my house with sewage. It ended up costing me thousands of dollars in damage and a big headache with the insurance company. It's safe to say our family will never flush a flushable wipe again, and instead put them where they belong, in the trash.
Welcome back. We have Officer Dylan Lawrence from the Clarksville Police Department with us. He is the community relations person for the department. First off, Officer Lawrence, thanks for coming back.
Thank you so much for having me.
You are welcome. Okay, so we have a lot of summer activities coming up that the police department is doing with those here in Clarksville, Tennessee. What do you have for us?
A lot. Summer is kind of our big opportunity to get out and talk to people. Nobody wants to be outside when it's 30 degrees and the sleet and all that. I understand. So summer, we really start to ramp up a lot of our programs. You'll see us around a lot at a lot of the big city events. Mayor's Summer Night Lights is a huge one that we really like taking part of because it, as grumpy as I might seem sometimes, I really like interacting with kids, especially. Just get out and I get to be a big kid, which is kind of who I am.
And not to interrupt, you guys go to different parts of Clarksville for that particular event.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Everywhere that's happening, we'll come out, we'll bring some of our trucks and our toys, and sometimes we'll just jump around on the bouncy house for a few hours, and my knees will feel that later. But just a lot of things to get out and interact with the community, because with the social media and videos that you see and you get flooded with all this negative information, we're actually part of all this. That's a big thing that I believe in. So we try to get out and interact with people on kind of a normal, everyday level. And I'll be the first to tell you, most interactions with the police are not great. If you get pulled over for speeding, that's probably going to ruin your day. We do a lot more than just that. So the Summer Night Lights program is huge. The mayor's office puts it on. We're always happy to come out for that. Riverfest, we're there in force, both as security and also because there's a lot of people out there that we get to interact with. And that's great for me. I get to break out the bicycle or, one of our side-by-sides or one of our off-road vehicles and just kind of show people what we do and what we have going on. Excuse me. Again, I have a list here just because there's so many and I forget.
There are so many.
The parks patrols and our popsicle patrols that we started doing a few years ago.
What is that?
Really, it's just we go out and have a good time.
Love it.
Big fan of me personally because I live closer to downtown. If there's nothing going on in the afternoon, I'll take my car down to one of the parks. And if there's a bunch of kids out there, I'll pull right up to the playground. Get on the loudspeaker and just say, hey, who wants to see a patrol car? Let the kids climb around it. They get to see the lights. They get to ask me some questions. I love that. Usually a lot of the parents do too. They'll, hey, so what about this? Cool, great. I would love to have those questions. Popsicle patrol is something we started doing a few years ago, where we just take a big cooler, fill it full of popsicles, and then go out to some of these parks, usually with one of our side-by-side vehicles, just so we can get out there. And people usually do give the look of, why are the police here? And then we just break out popsicles.
Very nice.
Because it's Tennessee in August. Like, it's hot. So let's go. Let's just have a good time. Our Hop with a Cop that this picture was from, we just had one where we just have a bunch of officers out there. We jump around on the trampolines. Again, where, you know, some of our knees take the brunt of those.
Not as young as you used to be.
I know. In my brain, I wish I was still 16. But our Coffee with a Cop programs are up and going again. We try to have one of those every month. Sometimes it gets expanded out into, we recently had a Pizza with Police.
Nice. Okay.
Where people just came out and had a slice and asked us some questions. Teen CPA is another big one that's coming up. Just like the CPA that you went through.
Yes.
We have a teen version that's a week long, but it's every day for a week. It's in the middle of summer. Our juvenile engagement team puts that on, and they do an awesome job with it. It's a lot more geared towards younger people, just to, hey, learn about us. If this is something you might be interested in pursuing, great. If not, cool. But at least you'll know something about the police in your community.
I love that.
Tip a Cop is something that we're doing in a few weeks, where we actually go out and we're waiters for a day to try to help raise money for the Special Olympics.
No kidding.
We recently did the polar plunge.
How did that go?
It was cold. It was really cold. I won best costume again because, of course. But we try to work very closely with the Special Olympics because it's such a great cause. We'll have a torch run later on. I don't have a date for it. I'm sorry, but
that's okay.
But yeah, that's one that's coming up. We're going to be doing story time at the library this summer.
Oh, nice.
I've already got my books picked out. It's going to be great. So we have a lot going on where we try to get out and interact with people. And kind of a good way to interact with people is through kids.
Right.
You know, no 6-year-old wants to be dragged out to some stuffy, you know, parent meeting. So if I'm just hanging out with kids and parents want to ask me a question, great. Yes, absolutely. This is not just for kids. This is just kind of the vehicle.
I like that. Now, do other departments do this too? I mean, for people watching this, is this something that you hear that other departments are doing?
They do in varying degrees.
Okay.
I have a very unique position that this is my full-time job. My job is community relations. I get out. I like to tell people that my job is to come up with goofy ideas and then see them through.
You get paid to play.
Yes.
I like that.
I love it. But our chief saw the value in, you know, creating a bridge between, you know, that old mentality of, you know, us and them. And no, we're not trying to do that anymore. We want to be more in our community. So myself and my partners and my sergeant, we're it. So our whole job is to come up with goofy ideas. And if a goofy idea, if the weather is beautiful and I'm driving by a park and there's a bunch of kids out there, go hang out with them. Or if I'm, you know, stopping to get a drink and people start asking me questions, I'll pull up a chair and I just, you know, shoot a text and say, hey, I'm engaged for the next hour or so. Come out and ask me questions. So it's something that a lot of departments do. We're very fortunate to have a dedicated unit here, both with the community relations unit and the juvenile engagement team, that their full-time job is, you know, trying to relate to kids. They have a after school program, study hall kind of thing, an open gym thing. They have a lot going on that is really cool because it kind of goes hand in hand with what I do.
Right.
But at the same time, we're two separate things.
Very nice. And we can get all the information from the Facebook page, Clarksville Police Department Facebook page.
Clarksville Police Department Facebook page, the cityofclarksville.com. There's a little tab for the police department. Okay. If you ever need to get a hold of me, all my contact information is on there. Send me an email. Don't call me. I'm very rarely at my desk. I don't like being there. So I'd much rather be out. Right. So I've had a lot of people call me up and say, hey, I have a 5-year-old who's his birthday. He'd love to see a police car.
Oh,
Cool. I mean, that sounds like a great afternoon for me. So yeah, get a hold of us if you have an idea, if you have something going on with your business or your neighborhood or whatever. Mm-hmm. And worst I can tell you is no, but I'll try my darndest to say yes.
He always tries that. He does. Something else I want to highlight before you leave us is the work that you guys do with Montgomery County Animal Care and Control. You guys are there once a week. I always see the posts. You can follow some of the animals they're visiting with. And something else, just a shout out to the officers that are out for the Queen City Road Race. I ran that last year, and it was so nice. Like, not only did you guys, patrol and you stayed out there, make sure that we were safe, but talk about cheerleaders, awesome cheerleaders that just cheer on the runners. It was really cool to see. It was
really cool because I wasn't a cheerleader last year. I was actually running.
Did you?
And I was paying for it. But yeah, I'm not a distance runner anymore. I need to stick to my 5K. But
well, I know that's coming up. But you guys make sure that you follow the Clarksville Police Department Facebook page. A lot of good information there. Officer Lawrence, thank you so much always for joining me and giving us your time.
Anytime.
Cool. Stick with us. We have more coming up on Mornings on Main Street after this.
As a busy mom juggling family, errands, and everything life throws at me, I try my best to be environmentally conscious. So of course, I buy flushable wipes thinking I'm doing the right thing. But it turns out flushable wipes aren't actually flushable. I found out the hard way when flushable wipes caused a clog and flooded my house with sewage. It ended up costing me thousands of dollars in damage and a big headache with the insurance company. It's safe to say our family will never flush a flushable wipe again, and instead put them where they belong, in the trash.
At Miss Lucille's, we go for apple pie. A place that feels like a home away from home. A comfortable place to bring your family from out of town. It's a place where great conversations are had. It's a place where you can shop 200 small businesses in one location. It's a place for you to shop for gifts for any occasion or just to treat yourself. Come on down to Miss Lucille's. You'll be glad you did.
Here at the Journey Louis team with Benchmark Realty, we pride ourselves on the service that we provide our clients.
We believe in delivering a level of service that is above and beyond what is expected.
We don't cut corners, and we are always available. We are committed to learning and continuously sharpening our skills.
We're social media experts, we're tech savvy, and we embrace change.
It is our unending desire to be our client's realtor for life. We are the Journey Louis team, leading you home.
Welcome back. Before I leave you today, I do want to let you know that the historic Collinsville Pioneer Settlement opens up for its 2023 season this weekend, Saturday, April 1st. So grab your family and friends, head on out to the more than 40 acres of history. I've been there. It is phenomenal. I do suggest maybe packing a picnic lunch, taking it out there with you, but mainly just enjoy. Also, if you're looking for some Easter events and not sure where to turn, well, there is one spot that you can go to, EasterInClarksville.com. It lines out everything right there for you and your loved ones. Thank you so much for joining us for This Week in Clarksville. Hope you have a wonderful rest of the day, and we'll see you soon.
Watching this week's episode of This Week in Clarksville. We'll see you next time.
This is Chris Yao with Main Street Sports Today. Every show, Mo Patton and I welcome friends from all across the sports landscape, from high school coaches and reporters to national, college, and pro sports personalities. You never know who might stop by for a chat. AP Tennessee sports editor, three-time Tennessee Sports Writer of the Year 2020 TSWA Hall of Famer. She covers the Titans, the Predators, the Grizzlies, college football, and hoops. Please make welcome Teresa Walker.
Former University of Tennessee, former Team USA Olympian, ex-Cy Young Award winner, R.A. Dickey. R.A., did I miss anything?
Man, that was sweet. Yeah, I need to listen to that before I go to bed every night. That was nice.
Has 5 sports Emmys. That's not bad for the other guy in Wham, Ryan McGee.
Other guy Wham married the best looking girl Bananarama, so other guy Wham had a pretty good life.
From preps to pros, we're taking on the sports topics you care about. Tune in across Main Street Media social platforms at 2 p.m. or on demand on your podcast distribution platform of choice.
There's a lot to consider when it comes to choosing a Medicare plan. That's where Health Markets Insurance Agency can help. Independent licensed insurance agents who work with Health Markets can answer your questions about the different parts of Medicare, when you can enroll, benefits, costs, and more. Speak to a local licensed insurance agent today to get started on your Medicare journey.